Well, this is Mode Transmitter Solutions. Today we're going to be going over organizations and how they work with the PAL portal. Pretty much the first thing we're going to be covering is how to invite new users and how to then add them to a device or a place. The third thing we're going to be doing is how to go ahead and update our organization. So we want to update the phone number, addresses, we can do that. Lastly, we're going to be updating our permissions for our users. So if we want to allow them to do new things, we can do that. So jumping in with the first one, we're going to be going to organizations on the left, and then we're going to be hitting a cogwheel here, and we're going to be moving over to the person with the plus sign. And so I went ahead and created a totally random email just so that we could use it for this. And once you put that in there, you're just going to go ahead and hit next. But quickly talking about this button here, you always want to make sure that that remains checked. If you uncheck it, then you're given access to the new person to all of your previous devices. So unless you want to do that, go ahead and uncheck it. But if you don't want to give them access to all of your devices, make sure that stays like that. And for the rules, pretty much I go ahead and give everybody pretty much all of them, except for the last two. And so pretty much devices, all of these are just pretty much add and delete, right? So devices you can add and delete, places you can add and delete, users and delete, so on. Settings, it just gives you access to like change the time clock and the date format. Not really a lot of interesting stuff there. So we're just gonna go ahead and move on. Pretty much here you can make an optional message so that if you want to tell the new person something, you can be like, hello, this is so and so, or welcome to, you know, and so you don't have to write anything there, optional. So you just hit next, and least but not last, you just hit send. And so once you send that, it'll just go ahead and give you a success, and that's how you know you did it right. Now let's say that they went ahead and they went and they did everything that the email says, right? It's going to send them a link, and then they just need to fill in the information so that they can update their organization. So once they have that done, we just need to go to any one of our devices. So let me see if I have any. We'll just click on this one here. It's not really being used right now. And so for this one, we're just going to go to, mention over here, devices. You're going to find your device, right? Click on the little serial number, and then we're going to go to settings and organizations. Once we have that, we can then go ahead and then just hit the plus sign. And then we're going to search up for whoever we want. And then you're just going to add them. Just going to say success. Sometimes it doesn't add them, but it did. So you just need to refresh. And then there they are. So now if you just wanted to delete them, if you have all the organization permissions, you can just hit the trash can and they're gone. So that was how to invite a new user and how to go ahead and add them to a device. If you wanted to do it to places, it's pretty much the same thing. Just go in here, find whatever place you want to go to, and then you're gonna go to settings and organizations, and you're gonna hit the plus button and find myself again, and click, and boom, success. So that is how to go ahead and add a user to a place as well. So I'm just gonna take myself out. Now, the next step is how do we update our organization after the fact, right? So we're just gonna go ahead and hit the cogwheel again. And then we're gonna go ahead and hit edit, and we can change our names, address, put a website here if you want, change what type of account this is. If you did want to change your phone number, you would just have to hit the other edit button here, and then from there just add your phone number and you're pretty much all set to go. And then lastly, the last thing I wanted to cover was how can we change the permissions that we've after an organization account's been created. So what we can do is we can go over to our admin users. So these are all the people we've invited, right? So we're just gonna click on mine here. So let's do that again. So cogwheel, admin users, find who you want, click on their email, and then you're gonna hit this one over here, update user rules. And this is gonna be the one that changes it, right? So now that we're here, pretty much this can be a couple of things, right? So it can be blank boxes, or it can be check marks, or it can even be a minus sign. So let's say that I went ahead and I didn't want our user to be able to see the log for some reason. You would just go make sure that it's checked and hit the drop down, go to logs, hit it, and it goes blank. So they don't have that one anymore. Now here we have a minus sign. So that means that they are partially restricted. And so now if we want to give it back to them, right, just click it and then it goes back to a check mark. So if you don't want them to have it, make sure it's blank. You want them to have it, it's a check mark. So after you do that, you just want to go ahead and hit save. There you go. That's how you know you did it right. The only thing to keep in mind is when leaving, you want to leave the correct way. So the way you want to do it is after you hit save, hit the refresh button. And as long as everything is still there, we're pretty much set. So you want to leave by hitting organization. Don't hit the back arrow and don't hit the cancel. You want to hit organization. So now we're just going to go back in, users, find ourselves, the person with the cogwheel, and then boom, we're back in. And it should change to whatever we left it off. If it's not there, then you just want to go ahead and repeat those steps. So if you guys have any questions about anything that was mentioned here today, or if you guys have any other things you guys want us to cover, like Prima, ICE units, transmitters, receivers, anything like that, just let us know. If you guys need some sort of wiring guides, some things look just funny, odd, it's just not making any sense, just drop some comments down below and I'll be sure to read all of them and be sure to help you guys out.